There are deaths one learns to discuss elegantly. This is not one of them. Papa, forgive me. I have made an art of mourning, tailored sorrow till it fits. Taught my grief to enter quietly and taught my mouth to govern it. I can speak of death at dinner without trembling in my glass. Make mortality sound beautiful, but not when I am speaking of the past. Not when I am speaking of you. Then elegance abandons me. Every carefully constructed wall becomes embarrassingly transparent underneath. I remember thinking fathers were removable by natural law. Something older than the weather, something permanent without a flaw. Not immortal. Children simply lack the language for imagining the day when the man who made the world feel safe can suddenly be taken from its frame. Now years have passed, 4 of them, an insultingly inadequate phrase, as though grief observes the calendar and courteously diminishes with age. It hasn't. Some nights it enters without knocking, takes its usual chair, and I become somebody's daughter again because I wish my father were there.
Brûlettes, bougies pour papa.
Que le noir couvre mon cœur.
Chanter, violence pour papa.
Fesse de mon deuil d'une fleur.
Je peux vêtir ma peine en noir, je peux sourire malgré tout, mais sous la dentelle et le voile, papa.
Tu me manques toujours. Age has given me a cruelty youth mercifully concealed. Understanding what a father sacrifices once the years reveal that adults are merely frightened children wearing older skin, expected to provide an answer while they're quietly improvising everything. Did you feel that way? I never asked. Mon Dieu, the arrogance of youth. I thought strength meant never doubting. Now I understand a different truth. Perhaps you worried over money when I slept without concern. Perhaps you swallowed fear at breakfast so there were lessons I could learn. Perhaps exhaustion sat beside you and you never gave it voice, because being called a father meant that someone else came first in every choice. I see it now, too late. Those words should be engraved upon the human heart. We understand the architecture only after someone tears the house apart. And now I trade 1,000 grand occasions, every banquet, every throne, for one completely ordinary evening when I didn't know I'd someday miss it once you're gone, gone.
Brûlettes, bougies pour papa.
Que le noir couvre mon cœur.
Chanter, violence pour papa.
Fesse de mon deuil d'une fleur. There is something almost cruel about becoming more like you with age. Finding gestures that belong to you appearing when I turn another page. Certain phrases leave my mouth and for a moment I am somewhere years ago. Then recognition strikes so suddenly I don't know whether I should smile or let it show. Because inheritance is strange. It isn't only blood or name. Sometimes fathers leave their fingerprints inside the way that children face the rain. Maybe that's where you remain, not somewhere distant, not above. Maybe every lesson I absorbed without noticing was another form of love, and I have needed that more than I ever thought I would. There were days I wanted your approval, days I wondered if you understood who I became, what I created, whether any of it would make you proud. I have imagined your reaction more times than I have ever said aloud. I cannot ask you, death has made quite certain of that. It steals the voice that might have answered, then leaves every question intact. What exquisite cruelty, what an elegant attack. That takes the one who knew the answers and leaves the living talking back. So I speak anyway, I create anyway, I carry what remains. And whenever life becomes too heavy, I hear something of you inside my name. I have written about monsters, about graves, about eternity, about things that should frighten me. But there is nothing particularly frightening about a grave. A grave is merely stone. The frightening part is having something you still need to tell the person beneath it. Je t'aime, papa. There, one less thing left unsaid.
Brûlettes, bougies pour papa.
Même si les siècles s'enfuient.
Chanter, violence pour papa.
Que son écho reste ici.
Je ne veux pas vaincre ma peine si c'est ce qui reste de nous, alors qu'elle vive avec moi.
Papa, je t'aime. Tu me manques toujours. Somehow, Papa is still the hardest word to say to an empty room.